If you've been a Paw Patrol fan for a while now, you all know well of what's been going on with Zuma over the last couple of years. Not speaking a single line of dialogue in more episodes than any other pup, not being utilized in situations where he should be used, absent on most merch pieces, tiny food appearances, and most importantly, being deployed less in rescues compared to everyone else, especially the newer seasons. If there's one thing that fans want to see most out of anything for the future of the show, is to give Zuma a chance to be in the spotlight once more and be more utilized. Good thing about this is that there may be some hope for Zuma within the upcoming Paw Patrol movie sequel, The Mighty Movie. It all stems from a reply made by movie director Cal Brunker from Twitter on a user's post, stating that Zuma will have some cool and important moments in the new movie. What it seems, this could end up being a step up from what Zuma ended up getting in the first movie. As for recap, Zuma didn't really get much to do. He was mostly in the background. He was there, but he didn't do much in terms of rescues when others did. Didn't help that the other pups, including Liberty, got their own comedic moments as well. It goes as far as limited dialogue, even. When Zuma finally did get his big moment toward the end of the film, it felt like it was overshadowed, both by Chase and Sky's separate heroics. If Zuma's rescue happened earlier in the film in some way, then it would have been more effective. But hey, it's better for him to have one than none at all. Still, compared to others, even in the movies, Zuma didn't have much to go by, which, going back to what Brunker's reply, makes this more refreshing. It could lead to an increase in most of the things that I mentioned Zuma was lacking in the first movie. So let's ask ourselves this question then. What important moments and scenarios could Zuma have in the sequel? Feel free to share in the comments what moments you think Zuma should have, but here's my 2 cents. I think more dialogue and an extra rescue with him as the primary focus would be enough to suffice. The extra rescue I can see happening, mostly because of Zuma's mighty power, which allows him to spray out water, like waterbending in a way. And the thing about his power is that he's not restricted to using it while in the water, he can use it on land as well, thus creating more opportunities for him to be utilized. The same goes for his mighty vehicle as well. On top of this, I think there is a way where he can do a rescue without his powers, just himself and his hovercraft, when it comes to rescues in the sequel. You remember at the end of the first movie, Ryder and the team get called to the waterfront by Harris. A quick reminder that we don't know if this rescue is going to happen in the Mighty movie, so don't set the bar too high with this. But if it did end up happening, with the waterfront being the area of this rescue, it could give Zuma a good opportunity to get in the spotlight straight off the bat, instead of having a minor appearance like in the first rescue for the first movie. Though I feel like the latter is what's going to end up happening, with Sky being the main character of the Mighty movie and everything. The opening rescue, if they do one, is going to put her at the center of attention, much like Chase in the first movie. If anything, if they play their cards right, then off the bat, this could be good for Zuma. One other thing I want to suggest about what they could do with Zuma is a bit of a long shot, probably won't happen at all. What I'm going to mention anyway is that they can get Zuma involved in part of the story by having him consult Sky, similar to what she did to Chase in the first movie after the monorail incident, as they did have moments together, Zuma and Sky, in the earlier seasons, being best friends, quote unquote. But still, it'd be a good way to bring this back and have Zuma get involved in the story a bit more. Though I don't think this will happen because of what we already know about Chase and Sky in this sequel, which I'm not going to go into further about. So safe to say for right now, it's looking a bit bright for Zuma when it comes to the Mighty movie. My best bet for him is to get one extra rescue compared to the first movie where he at least has some form of focus in. He may not be as significant in the Mighty movie as, say, Chase, Sky, and Liberty, but maybe more than Rocky, Rubble, and Marshall. Though, despite all this, I'm a little bit concerned over the initial reply that Cal Brunker made. I trust him very much so, but this is a bit of a tall order, especially when you're saying Zuma will get some important moments in the sequel, a character we've all wanted to have more screen time and focus. It's one thing saying something, but in the end it all comes down to execution and achieving it. Maybe when we get the trailer eventually it could give us a snippet of what's to come. We'll have to wait and see what it has in store for us first. So let me know down below what your thoughts are on Zuma getting more important moments in the Mighty movie, and what kind of moments do you want to see him have. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all again next time.